Hello, my name is Ian Danis. This is my VBA 475 Leadership Story presentation. I hope that all of you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys are just as excited as I am that the semester is coming to a close, which means less stress and less homework. But besides that, I'd like to share with you a little bit about a interview that I did about a leadership that is very, very close, or someone that is very, very close to me and in my life. The leader that I did choose to look at and to interview actually was my dad. And the reason that I did choose him is because he's the most influential leader that I've had in my life, and he has held roles. He's been a leader, I guess, in many different aspects, and one of them is he's been a leader at work. He's a manager against many different people, many different things that he does there. He has community activities like coaching athletic teams and other different activities like that. He also has leadership roles at church through committees that he's in charge of, to teaching Sunday school, other things like that. And I would say that many of the examples that I did list right there would be leadership positions that would be considered formal because he's elected into those positions, or he is a very structured and you know that he's a leader. But from my aspect and how I looked at him as a leader through my interview would show that he is both an informal and a formal leader to us and our family. And the reason that I say that is that he is the head of the house, which makes him the formal leader. Well, at the same time, it isn't like we elected him and says, oh, this is, he's our leader. It's kind of like just understood. And so that's why I say it's kind of more at the same time he's the informal leader, because it's almost like he earned that position, if that kind of makes sense. So during this specific interview, although we touched on all these different aspects that I listed above, the major thing that we focused on was what leadership role he played in our family as far as being a father and a dad to me. The people that are involved would definitely be our entire family. I come from a large family, one of 6 kids, so there's 5 other ones besides me and then my mom. So there's a whole lot of us, and we are all the people I'd say that are impacted by his leadership and decisions that he makes. But I'm going to really focus on how he has impacted me personally with his leadership. So I'd like to quote something that my dad did tell me during the interview that stuck out to me more than anything else. He said that it is easy to be a leader at one thing, but to be a leader every single day, that's a different story. And what that means to me is that you can be elected as a leader, and particularly you show up at soccer practice and you're the coach, so you are the leader, but you're only that for like 2 hours. When your leadership of in his position, he's a leader every single day, and he is setting an example every single day. And so what he has shown me, I think, biggest by his what leadership skills is through the modeling way, and that is, how to be a good dad, and he has shown that me through his actions. And I think it is important to understand that I look up to my father in everything that I do, and he has set a standard for me by setting an example. And so, just as Conzer and Ponzon said in the book, that leaders practice what they preach. They are serious about their duties and represent their values and standards to the rest of the world and live up to them to the best of their ability. And that is what my dad has done. He has set an example and set standards. And I think the biggest thing, like I said, has been the example. As my dad exemplifies the leadership behaviors by setting a standard through his actions, I think one thing that he has set out is how important it is to be involved in my life. And he's set an example through that to me by being my coach and being there for everything that I do. He takes time out of his busy life, and so that sets an example for me in the future on how I need to be. Maybe when I'm a dad, to be involved in people's life, and he just sets a great example because he was involved in my life. And from the exemplary leadership qualities that my dad has shown me, has inspired me to be engaged in my kid's life one day and care for him and be there for him. It's pushed me to be the best individual that I can be, and he's also shown me that it isn't just something that you can turn on and off, but is an everyday thing, that you just can't say, well, today I don't feel like doing this, or today I do. So it's becoming less and less in the American society for dads to be that way, and I am lucky and blessed to have one, and he has shown me leadership skills and everything that he does through his parenting skills and what he's been to me as a dad.